Rates with no bull. That is also a good rule.
That's right.
It's Wednesday morning. Time for Nick to unveil his NFL tiers. All eyes on this week in particular. You know, ever since Josh Allen took a knee in the victory formation Sunday night over the Chiefs. How did the Chiefs now stack up among the contenders according to Nick and his committee? Nick Wright, enlighten the people, will you?
Well, listen. Contentious and long committee meeting last night. So long, I was late to our actual show meeting today because it went deep into the night, and a lot of time was spent talking about Chris Broussard, talking about whether or not we had, you know, the case for some legal action, for slander and libel, for Broussard, assuming he knew what was coming from the committee. He did not know. Let's unveil them from the bottom up. Let's first get rid of these first 15 teams, 17 teams. Listen, poor Lions, but they stink. They just keep getting beat on 50-yard field goals. Jaguars are the Jaguars. All the teams right above them are just awful. Now, row 3, hey, Falcons, did you see that game? A little bit of a heartbeat. Patriots have a bit of a heartbeat. All those teams have a bit of a heartbeat, but they're not any good. Panthers, Broncos, Raiders, Eagles, Bears. Bears, surprisingly 3-2, by the way. They're alive, but they're hanging on the precipice. They are a bad 2 weeks away from their seasons being essentially over. All right, those are the 17 teams that don't really matter right now. Now the 15 teams that really do. Give me the first grouping, please. Fatally flawed, Saints, Bengals, Titans. Do some things really well. But the Saints have Jameis at quarterback, the Bengals have Zach Taylor as coach, and the Titans have their defense as their defense. Fatally flawed, can't win a playoff game. This one hurt my heart. This one, the committee meeting had to have a hard stop. I had to go out on a smoke break when I said, hey, committee, quarterback question, that's a Browns logo. They're like, yeah, buddy, did you see Baker? I'm like, they scored 42 points. They're like, did you see Baker? I'm like, they scored 42 points. They're like, Nick, his coach ran the ball in 3rd and 10. He doesn't trust him. I'm like, okay, you make a good point. Got to put him there. Niners have an injured quarterback. Seahawks have an injured quarterback. Those are good teams, but if we're being honest, whether because of injury or at times ineffectiveness, they have quarterback questions. Don't reveal the next one yet. What have I always said? Dripping in integrity. That applies not just to me, but to the committee, which I am the founding chairman of. Which is why I'm sad to report the next level of the tier. Show it, please. Future favorites, not current favorites, but future favorites, the Chiefs. Wow. They might be 2 and 3 right now, my friends, but that will not last long. They're going to mollywop the Washington. They're going to start rolling. But for now, due to integrity, we must have them where they are. They are not currently one of the 7 best teams in football. Let's show you who is. Next group, please.
Okay.
Here we go. Oh, yeah, exactly. You were surprised, weren't you? Wow factor, Cardinals, Bills, Bucks, Ravens. All of them have the ability to make you stop where you're at. Oh, my God, did you see what they did? So why aren't they higher? For the Cardinals, I can't really get over the fact that against Minnesota, they needed a missed field goal. Jacksonville, they're losing to Jacksonville before that Jacksonville does that stupid flea flicker. Even this week in San Francisco, Trey Lance is out there. He's hurt. They only score 17 points. The Bills, week 1 against Pittsburgh is sticking out like a sore thumb. Tampa, back-to-back weeks. It's like you get blown out by the Rams. You barely beat the Patriots. We know you can annihilate terrible teams, but I just, Ravens. You need a 66-yarder to beat the Lions. You're down 19 to the Colts. But when you're great, you look amazing. But for those reasons, we can't have you up with this next group. Number 1 contenders. Big group of number 1 contenders. 3 teams there. We couldn't separate them. Packers rolling, feeling great. Chargers, best team in the AFC. Their 1 loss came to Dallas, and they easily could have won that. And the Rams steadied themselves. Short week, go to Seattle, get a big win after their 1 loss of the year, getting back to where they were. So you might be saying, wait, Nick, that's 31 teams. Who's missing? Who's the current favorites? Because, again, we have future favorites and current favorites, unlike just regular favorites, because, let's be honest, we know why. Current favorites. Couldn't believe it myself. The Dallas Cowboys. Oh, my God. Is this the greatest day for the Cowboys in a quarter century? It very well might be. What do the Cowboys not do well? Do everything. Other than employ Mike McCarthy, they seemingly do everything well. Trayvon Diggs is a star. Micah Parsons is a star. They don't even have DeMarcus Lawrence back yet. Dak is playing like he never missed a game. right now, when you crunch the numbers, plus the eye test, plus the committee secret ballot, it spits out the Cowboys as the current favorites. So there it is, Chris Broussard. I demand you start with an apology, and then you can go from there.
Nick, I was ready. I was ready to give you love, my man. As Ulysses always said, I was ready to pour out the honey and throw out the vinegar.
Yeah.
I was going to do it, but no,
good.
you had to blow it.
Yeah.
You had to blow it, and right in the middle of your so-called tears, I'll get to that in a moment, you give Kansas City a single perch in the middle of your tears. They're no longer tears. It's not a tear. It's like a bad game of Jenga. That's what it looks like. It doesn't look like tears at all anymore. All right, you got the Chiefs in the middle, and you can't future favorites. Can you stop with the Chiefs predictions? 20-0, 19-1. They're gonna beat Buffalo. It backfires on you, my man. The Chiefs would be perfect for the wow factor level. Perfect. Because with Mahomes
you want me
and
to
Tyreek
elevate
Hill,
them?
they are the epitome of the wow factor.
Interesting.
And put them there.
They should be alongside Buffalo.
Or if you insisted on leaving them alone, then how about this name? Instead of future favorites, Still Dangerous. How about that? Still Dangerous. So, look, I was ready to give you, I had bought rose petals. I was going to throw at the screen for you, my man. But you went too far because you couldn't fully divorce yourself from the homerism. Now, let me get to the other thing. The Cowboys at the top, and I like the Cowboys, but Nick, your continued disrespect of Tampa Bay. Every week you disrespect them. And I can't help but think it's related to the fact that they beat the Chiefs last year in the Super Bowl. Pounded.
Oh, everything is not related to the Chiefs.
Fury over Wilder type beating. All right, so Tampa Bay should be number one above the Cowboys and the rest of your crew.
Wow.
Because, how about because of this, Nick? Because they beat the Cowboys. Head to head on the always emotional ring ceremony night. They beat the Cowboys. I get it. It's not always about wins and losses, as you say. So the Rams doesn't matter. Rams should be on the second tier. It should be Tampa Bay and then Buffalo, the Rams, and Dallas. And Green Bay should be down a notch, and so should the Chargers.
Green Bay got a great win.
So
Green Bay went to Cincinnati, got a great win.
Great win over Cincinnati.
Here's the thing with the Bucs.
So Cincinnati, where are they? I don't see them in the top tiers.
No, they're not, but it's still a good win. They go on the road against Cincinnati. But just real quick, here's the thing on the Bucs. They are better. The Bucs and Buffalo are the two best teams in the league at annihilating bad competition. And I'm going to leave Buffalo out of this because they have played one very good team and they annihilated them as well. So let me focus on Tampa. Tampa, we can't ignore that 40% of their season, they've looked incredibly shaky. They got blown out by the Rams, and then they escaped against a terrible Texans team. They played worse against the Texans, against the Patriots, than the Texans did. And so I shouldn't say a terrible Texans team, pardon me. They escaped against a terrible Patriots team that then struggled with the Texans, pardon me. So that's 40% of their season. So we're not factoring in Wilds, the fact that they're defending Super Bowl champions. And it is hard to say Tampa should be above Dallas, but not above but the Rams shouldn't be above Tampa. It then becomes this, transitive property thing that doesn't square out. So there it is. Go ahead, Wilds.
Well, I'll be honest with you. We've been doing this bit for about 2 years now, Nick, and I've done characters and stuff, and I've had a bird with me, and I find that perhaps you weren't taking me seriously when I said I wanted to be a member of the committee. So I'm abandoning all of that. No more jokes for me, and I'm going to just make a straight petition to move the Bills up one level to where they belong on the squads. Can we show the petition, please? Reasons why the Bills should move up. Reason number one, league's best defense. Look, they got the best scoring defense. They have the best total defense. They have the most takeaways. They're giving up the lowest passer rating. The defense is amazing. You may have seen it yourself when they limited Patrick Mahomes to a bunch of nothing. Reason number two, new running back attack. Hold on a second. It's all Josh Allen, isn't it? Isn't it just the Josh Allen MVP train? Woo, woo. No, guess what? Last year, they were 26th in yards per game. What are they this year? Top 10. The defense got even better. Excuse me, not defense. The running got better, and the defense got better too. And finally, more targets, more tables. Oh, we thought it was all Stephon Diggs. No, we got more targets to throw to, more tables to break. Can we show how good the new targets are? Dawson Knox, holy cow, I went out and got a Dawson Knox jersey. It was great. Emmanuel Sanders, hello, welcome back. Welcome back to my life, buddy. Team is great, and Stephon Diggs hasn't really heated up yet. So for those reasons, Nicholas, and the fact that they defeated the top team on the tiers last week, the Bills need to move up. Also, bonus take, everybody. You get this one for free. When the Patriots beat the Cowboys, we get to move up too. If you knock off the favorite, you deserve to move up significantly.
Stop with the Patriots. So here's the problem for the argument you just made for the Bills. It can apply, but in better ways, to the Chargers. So the Chargers and Bills have something in common, as do the Ravens, 3 AFC teams ahead of Kansas City. They all beat Kansas City. So why do I have the Chargers